Thank you, my dear friends, joining on time. We have got a lot of people already in the room. AK, Deepak Ragwani. How are you, Mr. Iyer? John, Lakshmi, Priya. How are you guys doing today? Nilima, Paresh Joshi, Rajesh, Sahi, Saurabh Sharma. My name is Rajan Bhatia, and I am joining in from Delhi NCR. Where are you joining in from? Write your state in the chat box. Write your state or your city. Where are you in from? Good morning, everyone, and thank you, my dear friends, for taking out time out of your busy schedules to attend this India's premier webinar, where you are going to learn lots and lots of things. So it's going to be a very, very exciting conversation between you and me. Okay. First of all, once again, thank you, everyone. A lot of people are still joining. A lot of people have already joined. So I welcome you all to the India's premier webinar, where you are going to learn how you can multiply the wealth and valuation of your company many times over, 10 times over, 100 times over, or even 1,000 times over with just a little fine tuning. Okay, so I welcome you to this India's premier webinar, and this is our 512th webinar today. So in the last few years, more than 50,000 plus companies have already benefited from this webinar on SME IPO. And today, it is your turn to learn how you guys can raise funds without any interest cost. Okay, without any interest cost through SME IPO, and how you can multiply the wealth and valuation of your company, how you can create a very wealthy business. Okay, so all of that you are going to learn today. Also, you are going to learn how you can build a billion-dollar company by getting your company listed. So just a few suggestions before we start. Make sure there are no distractions around you for the next 60 minutes. Okay, join the session using a laptop or a PC rather than from your phone. Okay, and make sure there are no distractions around you. Okay, before we start, I'm just going to play a 2-minute video about my work and about my introduction, so that you know whom you are learning from. Okay, so you are learning from the best. So watch this 2-minute introduction video of mine, and after that I will be right back and we will be starting the webinar as other people are still joining. So watch this introductory video of 2 minutes, and after that we will be starting the webinar. Watch this.
Rajan Bhatia is a renowned chartered accountant and an alumnus of the prestigious Shri companies. Not only this, sir is the #1 Amazon best-selling author of India's best-selling book, Startup Idea to IPO, What Does It Take to Create a Billion-Dollar Company? Can we have a huge round of applause?
So today, what we are going to learn is all about money, wealth, funds, valuation, and how to make your company just like an ATM machine. Most people, there are millions and millions of SME companies and they are working on their profit and loss account. But they never realize that there is a balance sheet also. That is on an average, a valuation of one company is close to 100 crores. And out of 500 crores, 500 companies, about 80 companies have migrated to the main board. Right? How they migrate to the main board? Like I showed you the list of top 8,000 companies in the beginning. They are directly reaching the main board. These companies have a golden route to reach to the main board in 2 years. You take the last 3 years profits, there are many ways in which the valuation can be arrived at. But overall, for IPO purpose, you should take the net profit of your company. Don't have to tell me in your notepad for the last 3 years. I am just taking an example. Let's say it's 50 lakhs for financial.
Excellent workshop, very knowledgeable, very informative, and very essential for the small and medium enterprises to understand where the growth opportunities are available and where optimum fund utilization and raising can be done.
This is excellent workshop arranged by Rajan Bhatia ji, giving us lots of information pertains to small SMEs in IPOs, main IPOs and all. The workshop was entirely very informative, very relevant, and lots of information where we gathered. Thank you very much, Rajan ji.
Hi, my name is Shri. I'm co-founder of Tajurba Business Network, certified trainer, certified Gallup Strengths and Business Coach. I'm here to attend the workshop by Mr. Rajan Bhatia, Startup Idea to IPO. Rajan is a good friend and very, very knowledgeable person to guide SMEs.
Now I would like to request Shri ji to give a word of thanks. Thank you.
कबीरदास ने कहा है, गुरु गोविंद गुरु खड़े ताके लागे पाए, बलिहारी हो गुरु जो के गोविंद जी बुलाए। गुरु और भगवान खड़े तो सबसे पहले किसके पांव लगने चाहिए? उस गुरु के पांव लगने चाहिए जिसने भगवान से मिलवा दिया। वो गुरु राजन भाटिया है। वो बड़े ताली। He is a man who inspired Mr. Rakesh Khurana। मैं मेरे दिन में किसी फंक्शन में गया था, उनसे मुलाकात हुई। और इन्हें जिस प्रकार से मुझे मोटिवेट किया, मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस दिलाया, तो मुझे लगा yes, this is doable.
At evaluation, we can do an exercise for your company where we can arrive at a valuation and IPO size for your company right now. All right. So this was just a little bit introduction about myself. So first of all, once again, thank you, my dear friends, for joining on time. And now we are going to start the webinar. My name is Rajan Bhatia, and we will be starting the webinar now. So my dear friends, in the next 30 to 60 minutes, what you are going to learn is what is SME IPO. How many of you, by the way, have already heard about SME IPO? That now small and mid-sized companies can also do SME IPO. Earlier, IPO used to be only for large companies. Okay, please try to understand. The good news we want to share from this webinar is that now all kind of companies, whether you are a startup, whether you are a mid-sized company or you are a small company, all of you can prepare yourself and can go for IPO, which has enormous benefits for your company. So how many of you have already heard or already know that now all kind of companies can go for IPO, whether you are a startup or a small company or a mid-sized company or a large company, as compared to the earlier situation that only large companies can go for IPO. How many of you know that? How many of you have heard about that? Raise your hands or give me a yes in the chat box. Please enable the audience chat. Please enable audience chat so that people can chat with me. Okay, is enabled. So my dear friends, in the next 30 to 60 minutes, you are going to learn how you can also do SME IPO, how you can get enormous benefits of IPO for your company. Also, you are going to learn with me several case studies of listed companies who have transformed their valuation 10 times over or even 100 times over with just a little fine tuning. Also, my dear friends, I will be taking you to the industry analysis. I will show you the stock exchange, live market, where you can see for yourself the facts and figures of SME IPO. Also, I will tell you how you can get the access to the government funding of 50,000 crore fund, which has been created specially for SME IPO. Also, at the end of 60 minutes, I will tell you how you and I can work together, how you can take my one-to-one consultation, and how we can help you in a step-by-step manner to take your company towards IPO. So, are you ready? Just say ready in the chat box. Just say ready and excited in the chat box. Just say ready in the chat box. So, first of all, why you should attend this webinar, or why in the first place you should prepare your company for equity funding or SME IPO funding is that fundraising without any interest cost, fundraising and cash flow. For example, let us take an example. Let's say you want 10 crore rupees for the growth of your company, and you go to the bank, and you raise 10 crore rupees. What is the interest cost bank is going to charge you? अगर आप 10 करोड़ रुपए बैंक से लोन लेते हैं, या 20 करोड़ या 30 करोड़, whatever amount of money you take a loan from the bank, what is the bank interest cost year on year? What is the interest cost year on year? YOY 10 to 12%, right answer. Anywhere from 10 to 12%. So what is this interest cost going to do to your profits and your cash flow? What is that interest cost going to do to your profits and cash flow? It reduces the profits. Absolutely. It reduces the profits. It reduces the cash flow. So raise your hands or give me a high five in the chat box if you are here to learn how you can raise funds without any interest cost through the equity route. Give me a high five in the chat box if you are here to learn how you can raise the funds for the growth of your company without any interest cost. Okay, then you are in the right webinar. So first benefit is of IPO or equity funding is raising the funds without any interest cost. So give me a yes in the chat box. Okay. Second is wealth and value creation. You must have seen in your experience that the companies which are listed on the stock exchange, they are the most wealthiest companies because their valuation is there. They have a wealth creation, they have a value creation as compared to the unlisted companies. Okay, so how many of you know that the companies which are listed on the stock exchange, they are the leading companies of their industry? You must have seen that the companies which are listed on the stock exchange, they are the leading companies of your industry. Just say yes in the chat box if you know that, if you have seen that the companies which are listed on the stock exchange, their wealth and value keeps on increasing. Okay, so this webinar will help you to learn how you can transform your wealth and valuation many times over. Third is that image, branding, trust, national as well as international credibility. Let's say your company gets your news about your company is coming over on the TV channels. You are covered by business magazines without you even paying to them, because it is the job of business news channels and news media to cover the news and views and the products and services and the share price of the listed company. So when you become a listed company, what it is going to do to your credibility, visibility, national as well as international branding. Come on, write in the chat box. Write in the chat box. I want you to have a very good communication with me so that we have a very exciting conversation in the next. Okay. All right. So, right, it will create a very good image of the company, right, Syed Faizan Ali, right, Syed Faizan Ali. Also, what will happen once your company gets listed, you will have a market value of your company. Your shares become currency and money. Let's say the value of your company after listing is, let's say to start with, it is after listing, it is 100 crore. And one fine day you get up in the morning and you sell 1% share of your company. Okay, you sell 1% share of your company. You get 1 crore rupees in your bank account within 24 hours. And that never happens as a unlisted company. Okay, so absolutely, more publicity and better image gives more business. Absolutely. Now you are getting me. I am happy to know that you are getting me. So are you getting me? Am I making sense to you? Is my language clear? First of all, am I making sense to you? You become tycoons, right, Deepak? Right. So just write make sense in the chat box if you are understanding what I am talking about. Is my language simple and clear? Am I audible to you? I hope you are getting me. I hope I am making sense to you. Just write make sense in the chat box. And I will be using 80% English and 20% Hindi. Is that okay? 80% English and 20% Hindi. Is that okay with you? Okay, so that everyone can understand what I am talking about. Okay, right. You are very articulative. Thank you so much. Really, thank you so much, Mr. Iyer. Really appreciate your compliments. So I have started getting the compliments as I have started webinar. So what is going to happen once I finish the webinar? All right. So once all happen with you, like fundraise, cash flow, wealth and value, image building, trust, national as well as credibility, your shares become real money. Then you will be able to expand your business model. You will be able to multiply your sales, profits and cash. You will be able to lower your debt burden. You will be able to lower your burden. And after listing, you can, give ESOPs to your employees to attract and retain the best talent in your company. And thereby, my dear friends, you will be able to multiply your growth, profits, and get on the road to become a unicorn company. So which companies create most of the wealth? Do you know? The companies which create most of the wealth, or the companies which are the most leading companies, the most valuable companies of any industry, are the companies which are listed on the stock exchange. Okay, the companies which are listed on the stock exchange. And the good news we want to share from this webinar is that now all kind of companies, whether you are a startup, whether you are a small company or a mid-sized company, all of you, my dear friends, can organize yourself and can get listed, can do SME IPO. You can also raise funds without any interest cost. You can also multiply the wealth and valuation of you as a promoter and your company many times over with just a little fine tuning. Okay, so the companies which create most of the wealth are the companies which are listed on the stock exchange. Okay, India में कितनी companies listed हैं? Any idea? How many companies are listed in India? Overall, about 8,000 companies are listed in India, both including SME and main board. We will talk about SME IPO in detail just in a couple of minutes, just to give you a broad idea that if you take the picture of any, if you take the example of any company, whether be it Reliance or any large company, which is now a large company, you will come to a conclusion that they have become large when they access the capital markets. Okay, like Reliance. Reliance was also an SME in 1980s, but today Reliance is the most wealthy and the most the valuation of Reliance is highest. We're having a valuation of 17 lakh crore. And because Reliance quickly realized the importance of getting listed. For example, Havells, Airtel, Biocon, Sun Pharma, Vedanta, you pick up any story, you will come to a conclusion that the companies became debt-free, companies became wealthy and valuable because of listing. And today, this opportunity is available to all of you, okay, which was earlier reserved for only large companies. Also, you have another route of raising funds like these guys are doing. Okay, there are companies in India which did not even exist 5 to 10 years ago, but today they are multi-million and multi-billion dollar companies. Okay, like Zomato, like Flipkart, Shadi.com, and Mama's Earth, Ola Cabs, Oyo Rooms, Mayantra, and there are more than 100 plus unicorn companies. That means the companies having valuation above $1 billion. India produced in 2021 itself around 100 plus billion dollar companies. So you can also take this private equity route of raising the funds. These are the 100 plus unicorns in India. So once you will have a one-to-one meeting with me, we will identify your industry, and then I will help you to refine your business model like them and get on the road to become $1 billion company like all these companies. Okay, in India. India has 100 unicorns. So that is where you aspire to be. Okay. For example, let me take the example of Zomato. Zomato, when it started in 2010, Info Edge invested around 4 crore rupees in Zomato. And when the IPO of Zomato came, the value of that 4 crore was 7,000 crore, my dear friends. And that is the point I am trying to make. That is the power of startups, SMEs, and IPOs. Okay. Now, let us talk about SME IPO in specific. Let me ask you a few questions. If you have been tracking the SME IPOs, how many companies are listed through SME IPO so far? Anybody? How many companies are listed through SME IPO so far? 430 on BSE SME, right? But 300 plus companies on NSE emerge as well. So approximately 730 plus companies. 730 plus companies by SME IPO. They have done successful SME IPOs. 730 plus companies have done SME IPO. Okay. And all of them have been successful. Not even a single IPO in SME failed, because IPOs are 100% underwritten. Okay. So around 430 plus companies on BSE SME and around 300 plus companies on NSE emerge. So let me show you the live data, live stock exchange. Just say live in the chat box. Just say live in the chat box. Just say live in the chat box if you want me to go live and show you the live stock exchange facts and figures. Okay. So let me open these live stock exchange. So in India, how many stock exchanges are there in India? 2 stock exchanges, BSE and NSE. Okay. The SME platform of BSE is called BSE SME, where, as you can see, 430 companies are listed. And on the SME platform of NSE is called NSE Emerge. NSE Emerge, where around 300 plus companies are listed. Today, because of holiday, the market is closed. But yesterday, as you can see, the yesterday's transactions, 60 crore rupees of shares, worth rupees of shares were transacted yesterday. So all these shares are listed on NSE Emerge. And if you look at BSE, around 430 companies are listed on BSE. They are small and mid-sized companies. And some companies are very small. Also, some companies are mid-sized also. And out of 430 companies, 164 companies have migrated to the main board. 164 companies have migrated to the main board. That means the main board of BSE. So after 2 years, you can migrate to the main board of BSE or NSE. And the total number of companies listed so far is 266, having a market cap of 58,000 crore. Total money raised by these 430 companies is 4,900 crore. Okay. So all these things are happening, my dear friends. Okay. I will be taking the questions, Mr. Joshi, at the end of the webinar. Okay. However, there are no different, BSE, SME and NSE emerge, both are very prestigious platforms, but I will be taking the questions at the end of the webinar. Okay. Otherwise, meanwhile, you can keep putting your questions in the Q&A box. There is a Q&A box on your screen. You can put your questions. You can keep on writing your questions as I am speaking. And at the end of 60 minutes, let's say around 12 o'clock, I will be taking your questions. Okay. So 725 plus companies on SME IPO are listed. The market cap all put together of these 725 companies is 1,25,000 plus crore. It feels great to see these numbers, because when I started, I started working in this ecosystem of SME IPO from day one with both the stock exchanges, and there was zero company, zero market cap. But from the last 7 years, we have created so much of awareness that 50,000 plus companies have learned about SME IPO from my webinar. And also, it feels great to see that the market cap of SME IPO companies have crossed 1,25,000 plus crore. 1,25,000 plus crore. The total money raised by these 700 companies is more than 12,000 crore. How much? 12,000 crore. So 250 companies have already migrated to the main board of BSE and NSE. Average valuation commanded by one company after listing is 100 plus crore. And you know what is the valuation for eligibility? What is the valuation for eligibility required in your company? And what is the average valuation post listing? Average valuation or the book value required for listing for eligibility is only 1.5 crore. यानी कि अगर आपकी कंपनी में सिर्फ 1.5 crore की वैल्यू है, तो you are eligible for SME IPO. Okay. And after getting listed, the average valuation commanded by one company is 100 plus crore. There are companies who were having valuation of 2 crore, 3 crore, 4 crore, 5 crore before listing, but today their valuation is 200, 300, 500, even 1,000 crore. Okay, so let me ask you here a question. What is better for you? Is it better to have 100% shares in a 5 crore company, or it is better to have 75% shares in a 500 crore company? What is better for you? Will you choose first option or second option? Right? Option number 2. If you agree with me as the second option, write option 2 and stick with me for 30 minutes. If you understand this concept very well, if you agree with me that the second option is better for you, where your personal net worth will be 375 crore. अगर आप 100% शेयर एक कंपनी के रखे हुए हैं, आपने कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन 5 करोड़ है, और अगर आप आईपीओ लाते हैं, धीरे धीरे आपकी कंपनी की मार्केट वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है और आपके पास 75% शेयर रहते हैं. So what is better for you? So if the option number 2 is better for you, I want everyone in the room to please write in the chat box, because the more you write in the chat box, the more you communicate with me, it will be better for you. It will stick with your mind even after the webinar is finished. So this speech is going to stick with you if you communicate with me in the chat box. Okay. Option number 2, absolutely, it's obvious. It's obvious, right? I want more response in the chat box. Come on, I want more response in the chat box. Option number 2, absolutely. So 100 plus crore, and how much funding you can raise through SME IPO? Any idea? Okay, any idea how much funding you can raise through SME IPO? Okay, I want you to write anywhere. You can raise anywhere from 2 crore to 100 crore from SME IPO. Although there is no minimum limit or there is no maximum limit, but I want you to write in the chat box, what is your requirement? Yes. In one of the SME IPO, 95 crore has been raised. Sirka Paints was an SME IPO where 78 crore were raised. So I want you to write your funding requirement in the chat box. आप कितना fund raise करना चाहते हैं? Given a choice. Given a choice, how much funding are you looking to raise in your company? 500 crore के लिए आपको main board IPO करना पड़ेगा. 500 crore के लिए you have to go for main board IPO. Okay, अगर आप 100 crore से ऊपर you are trying to raise, the process is simple. You can still learn from this webinar because we help companies in main board IPO also and in SME IPO also. So I always say in my webinar that capital market is such a place where if you want to raise 5 crore, you can do that. If you want to raise 50 crore, you can do that. If you want to raise 500 crore, you can do that. And by the way, if you want to raise 5,000 crore, even then you can do that from the capital market, right? Okay, is that clear so far? Just write clear so far. Is that clear so far? Are you getting me? Are you enjoying the webinar? Are you learning? Just say clear so far or just say learning. Okay, let me just share with you some case studies. Would you like to learn the case studies? Would you like to learn the case studies of SME IPO? Would you like to learn the case studies of SME IPO? Come on, guys. All right. Case studies. Come on. So let me just share with you few case studies of the companies. Let me just share with you few case studies of the companies. For example, Valiant Organic. First of all, please understand one thing very clearly. All kind of companies and industries and businesses are eligible. So what does it mean? It means irrespective of your sector, whether you are from service industry or from manufacturing industry or from trading industry, whether you are an IT industry or you are importer, exporter, manufacturer, whatever you are doing, so long as you are able to understand the eligibility assessment, you are able to understand the valuation, the IPO size, you are eligible. Okay, and all that, for that you have to sit with me one-to-one. वो भी मैं आपको भी बताऊंगा कि how you can meet me personally and how we can sit together one-to-one. So all kind of companies and industries and businesses are eligible, but first of all, let us understand few case studies. Valiant Organics Limited, जो कि एक कंपनी लिस्टेड हुई थी 100 करोड़ की वैल्यूएशन पे, and their valuation reached up to 4,000 crore. Manorama Industries from edible oil, food processing industry, they have done a 65 crore IPO at a valuation of 250 crore. Today their valuation is 2,000 crore, just a matter of few years. Bella Casa Fashion and Retail, Raghuvansh Agro Farms, look at their valuation in crores at the time of SME IPO and look at their valuation after a couple of years. high-tech pipes. Infobeans Technologies have done SME IPO of 35 crore. Their valuation today is more than 1500 crore. Madhya Bharat Agro Products, Shubham Polyspin. Another very good example is EKI Energy Services Limited, जो कि 100 crore की valuation पे IPO आया था, and it became a unicorn company. That means having valuation above 7,000 crore. Tejo Engineering, DP Jewelers, Manorama Industries, Sirca Paints, Infobeans, Share India ने 95 crore का IPO किया था. And look at the wealth of the promoters, how it has gone up 100 times over. इनकी wealth 5 crore थी, अब वो 500 crore की valuation पे wealth पे बैठे हुए. ये अभी Phantom VFX का IPO आया था, which got oversubscribed 234 times, 30 crore IPO, and it garnered 6,000 crore. This is the listing ceremony. This is me standing at the listing ceremony of Phantom VFX. Another company, Dronacharya, which got listed. They are into drones. It got oversubscribed 262 times. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि IPO subscribe नहीं होते. SME IPO बल्कि ज़्यादा subscribe होते. They get oversubscribed many times over. ये अभी All E-Technologies का हमने advise किया था, जिसका कि 48 crore का IPO था. It got oversubscribed 100 times over. This is the letter of appreciation from the company All E-Technologies Limited, Infobeans, just like Infobeans. Okay, a 48 crore का IPO था, 100 times oversubscribed. This is the letter of appreciation to me as IPO advisor. Arham Technologies ka, this is again a letter of appreciation to me as IPO advisor. This got oversubscribed 400 times. Successful IPO of 10 crore. They are in the manufacturing of electronic products. तो 2021 में 100 से ज्यादा SME IPO आए, 2022 में 100 प्लस SME IPOs आए, और अभी तक 3 महीने में in 2023, in just 3 months, around 40 IPOs have already come. So on an average, 10 plus SME IPOs are coming every single month. Okay, so are you getting me? Are you getting me? Are these facts and case studies inspiring you? Are these case studies inspiring? Just write inspiring in the chat box if these case studies inspire you to take your companies also to the next level. If these case studies really motivate you and help you to at least kickstart your journey in the direction of this. Also, कई लोगों का क्वेश्चन होता है कि सर हमारे IPO में कौन सब्सक्राइब करेगा, हमें कोई जानता ही नहीं है, हमारी कंपनी का नाम किसी ने नहीं सुना. So I get these questions every day. Okay, मेरी हर रोज 4-5 मीटिंग्स होती हैं, तो I get these common questions every day. So let me break that myth. First of all, इंडिया में 10 करोड़ इन्वेस्टर हैं. कितने इन्वेस्टर हैं? How many investors are there in India? Any idea? 10 crore people are active in stock market. और कितने IPO सक्सेसफुल करने के लिए कितने लोग चाहिए? Only 50 plus. Only 50 plus people. तो 10 करोड़ लोगों में से सिर्फ 50 लोग भी अगर आपके IPO में सब्सक्राइब कर दें, तो your SME IPO is successful. So, and those 50 people also you don't have to arrange. They are arranged by IPO advisors like us, bankers, okay, और जो भी intermediaries होते हैं बीच में. So don't worry on for even those 50 people. और ज़्यादातर IPOs मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि they are getting oversubscribed. Oversubscribed. Look at their oversubscription in terms of number of times. In 2023 अभी तक ये IPOs जो आए हैं उनमें से 15 करोड़ का IPO था. It was a 15 crore IPO, 400 times oversubscribed. Astro Biotech 13 crore IPO, 200 times oversubscribed. यानी कि 13 multiplied by 200. That is the kind of money they received in the SME IPO. Lead Reclaim 5 crore IPO, 75 times oversubscribed. This is our client. Now, most popular in terms of subscription. Look at their subscription. Arham Technologies, this is my client, 10 crore IPO, it got oversubscribed 450 times. Dronacharya, 33 crore IPO, which I just showed you, 243 times oversubscribed. So, and also their wealth is also increasing very quickly. जैसे कि Cool Caps का 38 का price आया था IPO का, and the price right now is around 500 rupees. So 38 से 500 rupees. And there are many examples, but because of shortage of time, I cannot share in detail. But how many of you want me to give you the 10 case studies of your industry? You sit with me personal. 10 case studies of your industry. I want you to write your industry in the chat box. Okay, write case studies of my industry. If you want to sit with me personally, डाटा सेंटर्स, वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट में बहुत सारे हैं, लोग कर रहे हैं, हॉस्पिटल्स में बहुत सारे लोग आईपीओज निकाल रहे हैं, हेल्थ केयर में. सो राइट रिटेल कैफे चैन, नो प्रॉब्लम, हॉस्पिटैलिटी, होटल्स, टूरिज्म, जर्नल पब्लिकेशंस, प्रिंटिंग, पैकेजिंग, पब्लिकेशंस, all kind of companies. We are hand holding, food and beverages, number of IPOs, healthcare, wholesale distribution, absolutely. So just write case studies in the chat box if you want me to give 10 case studies of your industry. So make sure, HAVEC में बहुत सारे हैं, engineering में बहुत सारे हैं, तो make sure you have a one-to-one meeting with me. जब मेरी टीम अभी 15 मिनट में आपसे लिंक शेयर करेगी, so make sure you do yourself a favor that you go to that link and register yourself. Okay, go to that link and register yourself so that I can give you the case studies of your industry. Also, let me just move forward very quickly. Is that clear so far? Shall we move forward? So मैंने आपको बता दिया कि सारी इंडस्ट्रीज कर सकती हैं. अभी मैं आपको एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरियाज भी बता दूंगा कि क्या क्या एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरियाज हैं. वेरी सिंपल. 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोगों के डीमैट अकाउंट ओपन हो चुके हैं इंडिया में. And before we go to the next level, can I share in 2 minutes about my work? 2 minutes on my work. Okay, 2 minutes on my work so that you get more confidence to learn from me. My name is Rajan Bhatia, you already know, and I am the author of this book called Startup Idea to IPO, which is a bestseller on Amazon, one of the only book in India, probably, which talks about how you can do SME IPO. Also, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I am active on LinkedIn. Okay, all 5-star ratings are there of this book, Startup Idea to IPO. I am a chartered accountant of 1999 batch, so it's been 23 plus years, qualified CA, who is hand-holding. I am hand-holding you as a virtual CFO and IPO advisor for the last 23 years, all kind of companies. This is now book presentation to Shri Vijay Shekhar Sharma ji, who is the founder of Paytm. We have all heard about Paytm. The valuation of Paytm has crossed 1 lakh crore. Book presentation to Shri Deep Kalra, founder of MakeMyTrip.com, which is a leading company in the travel industry. I am also alumnus of SRCC, Shri Ram College of Commerce, which is India's premier college in India. Also, God has been kind that we have been getting so much of love and appreciation, testimonials, awards, accolades from the various promoters, various institutions, and the most prestigious institutes. This is the listing ceremony of Touchwood Entertainment Limited, one of the first company in India which got listed, and they have migrated to the main board also. Event sector की एकमात्र listed company Touchwood Entertainment main board पर होगी migrate, and now it is raising 50 crore. Okay, this is the letter of appreciation from chairman and managing director to me for hand holding the company in the complete IPO process. Okay, this I am speaking at NSC. Also A1 Moldplast Limited, again a furniture company. 4-5 appreciation letter मैंने आपको already दिखा दिए हैं. IT companies के, furniture companies, this is a certificate of appreciation. So we are hand holding. What I am trying to say is that we not only educate you, but at the same time, we help you and handhold your company in a step by step manner and take your company in the journey of IPO. And we first of all give you the roadmap to IPO. How many of you want roadmap to IPO? Just say roadmap to IPO in the chat box. If you want me to give you a roadmap to IPO customized for your company, तो मेरी टीम अभी लिंक शेयर करेगी. Make sure you do yourself a favor and register in that link. Okay, make sure you register in that link. Mr. Rajan Bhatia, I am speaking to various CFOs. Esra, you can please share the link. Meanwhile, you can please share the link. Esra, are you there? Meanwhile, I am taking them to the webinar. Please share the link. Meanwhile. Okay. So let me just share with you the webinar. You can, while you are registering, let me just share with you some more facts and figures. Business growth, जो master class होती है, ये जो meeting रहेगी मेरे साथ 1-to-1. For that, I will just tell you how it is going to be. Okay. So these are my keynote speaking at various prestigious platforms like Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. Also, I am a distinguished speaker with the Ministry of MSME. Thousands of master classes have been done. Award from the world's #1 firm KPMG. Also, I am the ex-financial controller of the Oberoi Group of Hotels, where I spent about 8 years. Ex-financial controller of Indus Balaji Private Equity Fund also. Goodyear India, World Health Organization. Also, I am a visiting faculty with Income Tax Department. And 5,000 plus companies have already benefited from my 1-to-1 meetings. So this is your chance to take that and do yourself a favor. Also, distinguished Toastmaster has been given to me, which is the highest recognition by Toastmasters International. So I'm going to take a half-minute break and have a glass of water. Meanwhile, watch this 1-minute testimonial from my previous batch.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gaurav Hire, founder CEO, GoEval Solutions. I recently attended the SME IPO Masterclass and Power Series conducted by India's leading IPO advisor, Mr. Rajan Bhatia. The experience was fantastic and the sessions conducted were informative and insightful. The learnings extremely valuable. I would recommend attending this masterclass to every entrepreneur who exponentially wants to grow their business.
Hi, this is D.S. Rajput. I am Chairman and Managing Director of South Asia Group here into Oil and Gas Exploration. Recently, I attended the powerful SME IPO Masterclass conducted by Mr. Rajan Bhatia, who is #1 IPO advisor for SME platform. And I found that to be very much useful and informative. And it is really suitable for the exponential growth of my company. Mr. Rajan Bhatia has cleared all my doubt, and I strongly recommend all the entrepreneurs and businessmen to attend his IPO masterclass who are aspiring to grow and to list their company on SME platform. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Hello, I am Naresh Kantur, CEO of Ancon Systems. I had an opportunity to attend the MSME IPO Masterclass by Rajan Bhatia. Rajan Bhatia has explained all the things in such a simple manner in all the 4 sessions that even for a non-finance background person, it becomes very easy to understand the whole objective. I would recommend that all those who are interested in IPO must attend his class.
Right. So they are talking about 1-to-1 meeting with me. And we are working across the industries, whether you are food processing, financial services, healthcare, apparel, construction, advisory, real estate, IT, movies and entertainment, all kind of companies are my clients. Now let us solve your problems. How many of you agree that these are the biggest problems and pain areas of MSME companies? That they have limited growth, limited finance. They are always surrounded with debt burden. Okay, they need to increase their brand. They need to have a brand value. Okay, and their wealth and valuation does not increase even after increasing their turnover. So how many of you want to get rid of these pain and problem areas? Any one problem or all of these pain and problem areas? Then let me tell you, my dear friends, then SME IPO can be a golden route for your success. SME IPO can be a golden route for your success if you want to get rid of all these problems and pain areas. Okay, if you want to get rid of all these problems and pain areas, then SME IPO can be a golden route for your success. Government has approved 50,000 crore equity infusion. ये मैंने आपको दिखाया है, मैं आपको एक बार लाइव भी दिखाना चाहता हूं कि गवर्नमेंट हैज अप्रूव्ड ए 50,000 crore फंड. ओके, और अगर आप स्टार्टअप हैं, यू कैन आल्सो गेट लिस्टेड ऑन BSE स्टार्टअप. ये न्यूज में आपको दिखा देता हूं. स्मॉल बिजनेसेस विद गुड टर्नओवर लुकिंग टू गेट लिस्टेड ऑन द स्टॉक मार्केट विल हैव इंडियन गवर्नमेंट बाइंग देयर शेयर्स. This was announced by Honorable Finance Minister that there was a 50,000 crore equity infusion, which is going to be the fund of funds. And Union Minister highlighted that the companies listed on the stock market will no longer have to depend on the banks for their funding. MSME companies they are talking about. Government will be allowed to buy 15% equity in their IPO also. Okay, so this you can also explore. BSE startups are also there. In case you are a startup, you can go for SME as well as startup IPO. और अगर आप अभी IPO नहीं भी करना चाहते तो आप कम से कम रोड मैप ले सकते हैं, जिससे कि आप प्राइवेट इक्विटी के लिए तैयार हो जाएंगे, VC फंडिंग के लिए तैयार हो जाएंगे. And then once you work with us, we will help you approach these investors also. There is an investor directory of 50 pages of private India's topmost private equity and venture capital firms in India for funding. Okay, and list of SEBI registered funds. These are the SEBI registered funds with their email IDs and their phone numbers. It's again a long list. So you can get all these things done once you work with us. In case you are a small startup who is looking to raise only a small amount like 50 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore, then you go to the incubators. Again, this is a huge list of HNIs, incubators. Also, if you are a startup, we help you get listed with Startup India, where you get income tax exemption for 3 years out of the next 7 years. 100% income tax exemption. Also, you get the SME ebook, which is written by me, where you learn how you can raise funds, multiply wealth and valuation. All that stuff you are going to get. Also, what is DRHP? You are going to learn. So make sure you register in this program in a one-to-one meeting with me, and you don't have to travel all the way to Delhi NCR to meet me. Okay, you don't have to travel all the way, spend money and time to meet me. What you have to do is you can attend the meeting with me, one-to-one meeting with me from the comfort of your home. Okay, one-to-one meeting from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your home or your office. No need to spend money and time on traveling all the way to Delhi NCR. However, अगर आप दिल्ली NCR में ही रहते हैं और you are coming to this side, you will give me a call and we will set up a time to meet personally also over a cup of tea. ठीक है ना? So अभी मैं आपको आगे और लेके चलते हैं वेबिनार में. While you are registering, my team is putting the link for the next level program. Now let me just share with you the eligibility and relaxations for SME IPO. Okay, they are very simple to do. Let me tell you again and again, I am telling you, irrespective of your turnover, whether you are doing a 2 crore turnover or whether you are doing a 200 crore turnover, you can do SME IPO. SME IPOs are 100% underwritten. Okay, and it means there is a 100% guarantee. There is a 100% guarantee that your IPO will be subscribed. Okay, and even if you are having profits in any 1 year out of the last 2 years, you are eligible. और इसमें आपको कोई compliances भी नहीं करने होते. जैसे कि मेन बोर्ड के आईपीओ में कंप्लाइंस करने होते हैं, इसमें आपको कोई एडिशनल कंप्लाइंसेस ऐड नहीं होते हैं. ओके, so all that you are going to get from me in the roadmap to IPO. Okay, I am also going to give you the customized eligibility assessment report. Customized eligibility assessment report. How many of you want that from me for your company? For your company. Also, you are going to learn just say eligibility report for your company. That also is included in that link. Customized eligibility report is also will be given to you once you have a call with me. Okay. और अगर आपको समझना है कि आप कितने का IPO कर सकते हैं, now for that you have to understand IPO size depends on what. So आप इसमें रजिस्टर कर लीजिए योगेश, जल्दी से, जो लिंक मेरी टीम दे रही है, make sure you register in that. You need to learn IPO size depends on what? Depends on what? जल्दी से बताइए. IPO size depends on what? आप 10 करोड़ का IPO कर सकते हैं या 50 करोड़ का IPO के लिए एलिजिबल हैं. Which for that I need to sit with you. I can't tell you in the webinar. Okay, how many of you agree that you need a one-to-one meeting with me for that? How many of you agree that you need to have a one-to-one meeting with me in order to understand things in detail for your company? How many of you agree to that? If you understand that you need to sit with me and discuss things in detail, then make sure you register now, because this is a highly discounted link. Okay, this is a highly discounted link. तो इसमें आप जो लिख रहे हैं, yes, संदीप और तन्मय किशोर, संदीप राणे, make sure you have registered for this roadmap to IPO meeting with me, जिसमें कि आपको सब कुछ, सारे रिसोर्सेज और मेरे साथ 2-3 मीटिंग्स करने को मिलेंगी. और उसके बाद अगर आप चाहते हैं कि we will be your IPO advisor, we will do that also. Okay. So now let us move forward. Let us move forward. Let us move forward. Let us move forward. इंडिया में काफी सारी कंपनीज कर चुकी हैं, ये मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी दिखा दिया है. ओके, ये मैंने आपको दिखा दिया है ऑलरेडी. स्टार्टअप्स भी लिस्ट हो रहे हैं. 100+ कंपनीज आई एम हैंड होल्डिंग पर्सनली. इंडिया में BSE, SME, NSE emerge हैं, और दिस इज a very successful global landscape. Nasdaq also started in USA as a SME stock exchange. AIM is there in UK, Catalyst in Singapore, TSX Venture in Canada. So all these are SME stock exchanges. So you need to sit with me and understand the valuation, how the money works, how money works. You need to understand how to calculate the valuation of your company for IPO. You need to understand how to refine your business model, projected financials, investor presentations, comparison with the peer companies to arrive at the right valuation of your company. Okay, all that requires one-to-one meeting with me. Okay, understanding all that requires one-to-one meeting with me. Okay, one-to-one meetings with me to understand the things in detail. How many of you agree to that? So make sure you do yourself a favor, because अगर आप अभी register नहीं करते तो आप, and if you travel all the way to meet me, my company will charge around 25,000, plus you have to spend money and time in traveling all the way. So this is a very golden chance for you to register now, get all the discount which is MSMEX is offering, and have a meeting with me starting from tomorrow itself. Okay, the meeting will be meetings will be starting from tomorrow itself. Starting from tomorrow itself, at any time convenient for you, at any time convenient for you. Okay. So those, even if you are remotely interested to make a wealthy company, if you want to create a wealthy company, make sure you meet me in this meeting. Okay. Make sure you have a one-to-one meeting with me, whether you do IPO, SME IPO, whether you don't do that, whether you raise funds through private equity, VC or bank, whatever it is. Make sure you get in the right direction. Make sure you get in the right direction of becoming a wealthy company. Okay. And a lot of people have already registered. So give me a high five in the chat box if you have already registered. Give me a high five in the chat box if you have already registered. I am looking forward to meeting you, Mr. Iyer. Give me a high five in the chat box if you have already registered. Just say high five. Okay, Mr. Ganpati Iyer, Mr. Shantanu Singh, high five. Thank you. I am looking forward to meet you, Mr. Singh, Mr. Shantanu Singh. Those who have registered, give me a high five in the chat box. Give me a high five in the chat box. Tanmay Kishore, you are in the process. Okay. Give me a high five once the process is done. Meanwhile, let me share some videos and some more content with you. You are going to learn how to prepare your company to become a wealthy company. All that you are going to learn with me. And let me just share with you that there are 4 stages to IPO: preparation, filings, marketing, fundraising, kaise karni hai, press conferences, everything you are going to learn with me. Okay. Okay. Looking forward to see you, Mr. Singh, Mr. Shantanu Singh. Thank you so much. And only 30 minutes left, by the way. 12:30, this link will go. So only 30 minutes left between you and your dream towards becoming a wealthy company and getting a roadmap to IPO. Okay. Also, I am going to share with you how you can become a profitable and cash-rich business. Whether you do IPO or you don't do IPO, it doesn't matter. But what you are going to learn is that profit is the sanity and cash is the reality of the business. If you have to take one thing from this webinar, take this. Sales is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is the reality, my dear friends. Cash is the reality of your business. Okay. So we are going to share and learn as to how you can make a profitable and cash-rich business. Also, my dear friends, you are going to learn lots and lots of things. Watch this 1-minute video of my previous batch, Mr. Rajan James from Mumbai.
There is a smart way to grow, and there is a not so smart way to grow. There are many organizations today who are stuck, whose growth has plateaued, and they're looking to move up to the next level. If that describes you, then I would recommend that you do Mr. Bhatia's training program, his Power Series. I recently attended it, and I think it is brilliant. Mr. Bhatia knows his stuff really well, and he can teach you things that will amaze you and will help you leapfrog your business to the next level.
Thank you, Mr. Rajan James. Congratulations, Pankaj, for starting your journey. Look at this comment from one of the participants. Guys, I have been investing in a lot of training and spent 25 lakh rupees across the world, but I have not seen real wealth training like this. So let me just share with you the agenda. Once you register in the program, in this meetings with me in the roadmap to IPO, you are going to get an email from my team in the next couple of hours. Okay. And after that, you will have a link to have a meeting with me on Zoom. Okay. My team will coordinate with you to take the time with you कि कौन सा time आपको suitable है, कल परसों जब भी आपको चाहिए next week. उसमें आप और मैं we will have a 30 to 60 minutes meeting. I will give you all the resources and everything you need, and then we will have a second meeting where I will give you a lot of advice, tips, and consulting. And after that, if you want, we can get on a consulting assignment also to take your company to IPO. Okay, so it is a 20-minute action, and there is an action taker bonus in this link. This link is asking you to pay only 7,000. Otherwise, our fees is 35,000. So there is a flat 80% discount, which is sponsored by MSMEX. Okay. And I'm just going to play a 1-minute video while you are registering of glimpses of the listing ceremony, because it is very exciting and exhilarating experience for any promoter to see the shares getting listed on the prestigious platform like NSE and see an upward trend in the share price of their company. So watch this 1-minute video, and after that I will be right back. Watch this 1-minute video of the listing ceremony, how happy the promoter is and what he is talking about me.
Wish you a great day ahead. Now I would like to request Sushil ji to give a word of thanks. Thank you.
कबीरदास ने कहा है, गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े ताके लागे पाए, बलिहारी हो गुरु जो के गोविंद दियो बुलाए। गुरु और भगवान खड़े तो सबसे पहले किसके पांव लगने चाहिए? उस गुरु के पांव लगने चाहिए जिसने भगवान से मिलवा दिया। वो गुरु राजन भाटिया है। एक बार के लिए ताली बजाएं। He is a man who inspired and Mr. राकेश खुराना, मैं मेरिडन में किसी फंक्शन में गया था, इनसे मुलाकात हुई और इन्हें जिस प्रकार से मुझे मोटिवेट किया, मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस दिलाया, तो मुझे लगा यस दिस इज डूएबल, वी कैन डू इट। उससे पहले मुझसे कोई बात करता मुझे लगता मजाक कर रहे हैं, बेकार में टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हैं हमारा। एंड मैं एक बात बताना चाहता हूँ दोस्तों, ऑल दिस डेज द अमाउंट ऑफ जर्नी दैट वी हैड, मैंने कभी भी दिल की बात बता रहा हूँ, आज ये बात मुझे एक्नॉलेज करने में अच्छा भी लग रहा है कि मैंने जिंदगी में एक बार भी कोई एक बिस्किट भी ऐसा नहीं खिलाया कि ये लगे कि यार इनकी कोई सेवा करनी पड़ रही है। ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी, ये लोग इतना ख्याल रखते, इतना प्यार करते, इतना मान देते हैं, जब भी जाओ तो कहते ना खाना इतना खिला देते, आगे पीछे भर देते, इसका कोई साथ नहीं, इसके कारण मोटा भी होगा थोड़ा सा। Anyway, thank you sir, thank you राकेश जी, and आपकी टीम, रचना मैम, लोकेश, everybody, you know here, गौरव कपूर, everybody has been very supportive, and I can assure you sir कि जिस प्रकार से आज आप लोग हम जैसे छोटी कंपनी को आगे ऑनबोर्ड ला रहे हैं, हम आपके लिए बीकन बन जाएंगे और आने वाले वक्त में बहुत सारे लोगों को हम लेके आएंगे। और मेरा ये वादा है, एनएससी को अनस्टेटेड है, मैंने रचना मैम को भी कहा था, अगर तो मुझे कहे कि सुशील जी 50 कंपनियों के पास जाके उनके ऑफिस में जाके मिलके आइए, कोई बड़ौदा बैठा, कोई अहमदाबाद बैठा, कहीं बैठा है, और अपना पैसा खर्च कर लीजिए, आई विल गो ऑन माय ओन एक्सपेंस, अपना टाइम लगाऊंगा, जाके उन इन्वेस्टर्स को समझा के आऊंगा या उन लोगों को कह के आऊंगा कि हाँ भी आप आइए और गेट ऑन बोर्ड विद एनएससी। सो थैंक यू फॉर दैट। एंड मुझे कहने की जरूरत नहीं है कहाँ हिमाद्री साहब कहाँ चले गए, हिमाद्री जी और अर्चना जी, राजीव वगैरह, इनके मैं जब भी गया हूँ।
Yeah, so let me know what are your questions. Now we are going to take some questions now, and let me know what are your questions. Let us spend 15 minutes on the question answers if you have, or what is stopping you, and then we will be closing the webinar. Okay, so let me know what are your questions. Let me know what are your questions. Tanmay, Kishore, okay, Tanmay, high five. So those who have registered, give me a high five, and I am looking forward to meeting you from tomorrow itself. जब भी आपको टाइम है, registered, okay. Yes. सौरभ, तो सौरभ आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए, सौरभ शौरी, सौरभ आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए इसमें in the 1-to-1 meeting, and we will give you the path forward. We will give you the path forward. You will have a meeting with me where I will give you the roadmap to IPO. Okay, where I am going to give you the roadmap to IPO. No. That you have to understand, Vidur Maheshwari. Minimum dilution is required, Mr. Maheshwari, at the time of IPO. We are working across the industries. Rajesh Sahi, we are working across industries. We are working across industries. Rajesh, you are in which industry? Rajesh Sahi, you are from which industry? Our mastery is in the IPOs, irrespective of any industry. Right, Paresh Joshi, very good question. On what basis the valuation of the company is done? तो जब आप इसमें रजिस्टर करेंगे, मेरे साथ बैठेंगे, तो आपको ये समझाना पड़ेगा कि 4 तरीके से वैल्यूएशन निकलती है. One is with the peer comparison, then you're on the basis of your profits, on the basis of your turnover. So, Mr. Joshi, I suggest you sit with me and understand what is the valuation you are going to get in the IPO. And if it is not that desired valuation, then how you can increase the valuation to your desired level and IPO size to your desired level. जो valuation होगा उसका 25% जो होता है वो IPO size होता है. पुनीत, there is no minimum turnover. आपकी इंडस्ट्रीज कौन सी हैं? राजेश साही, आप अपनी इंडस्ट्री बताएं. आप कौन सी इंडस्ट्री से हैं? हैवक एंड इंजीनियरिंग में बहुत सारी कंपनीज वी आर हैंड होल्डिंग. हैवक एंड इंजीनियरिंग and lot of companies are listed also, Rajesh. So don't worry. It's a very good industry. Okay. It's a very good industry, Havoc and engineering. So we are working with lot of companies who are in the construction, Havoc, engineering, जो भी ये काम करते हैं. So don't worry on that front, Rajesh. Paresh, and approximate how much percentage cost respect to issue size IPO. ये सारी चीजों समझने के लिए ही मैंने आपको बोला है कि आप इसमें रजिस्टर कर लीजिए पारेश, जिसमें आपको पहले तो ये समझ आएगा कि आपकी वैल्यूएशन कितनी है. आप मेरे साथ बैठेंगे, यू विल टेल मी व्हाट इज योर टर्नओवर, वी विल शेयर विद यू द IPO साइज और उसमें क्या कॉस्ट आती है, उसके अंदर कौन कौन इन्वॉल्व होंगे, वो पूरी कॉस्ट शीट में आपको दूंगा बना के. तो उसी के लिए ये मैंने 1-to-1 मीटिंग रखी है. तो ये लिंक इनको भेज दीजिए परेश जोशी को. Esra, please share the link again. Puneet Srivastav, one company plastic manufacturing and packaging and printing, and 2 companies have environmental engineering. तो बिल्कुल पुनीत, प्लास्टिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का मैंने आपको वेबिनार में एग्जांपल दिया था. इवोन मोल्ड प्लास्ट, दे आर इन प्लास्टिक फर्नीचर. पैकेजिंग और प्रिंटिंग में हमने बहुत सारी कंपनीज हम हैंड होल्ड कर रहे हैं पैकेजिंग एंड प्रिंटिंग में, और ऑलरेडी लिस्टेड भी हैं. सो डोंट वरी, में आप रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं. ओके पुनीत, सो आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू मीट यू पुनीत श्रीवास्तव. बल्कि ओबरॉय में भी प्रिंटिंग, हमने एक प्रिंटिंग यूनिट बनाया था बहुत बड़ा विद ऑल दीज big machines imported from outside like Heidelberg, Muller Martini and Xerox and all that. Now, so I am again telling you, irrespective of your industry, this can be done. Irrespective of your sale, whether your sale is 2 crore or 200 crore or 500 crore, doesn't matter. You can register in this and learn SME IPO for your company. ठीक है, सिर्फ 15 मिनट के लिए ये लिंक वैलिड है. सो आई सजेस्ट कि आप इसमें रजिस्टर कर लीजिए, because this link has 80% discount code already in that. Congratulations, Saurabh. Congratulations. Okay. So I am seeing a lot of people still in the room. Neelima, Paresh Joshi, Mr. Iyer has already registered. Ashim, Deepak Ragwani, what are you guys thinking? Jaspreet Singh, Lakshmi Priya, Neelima, Paresh Joshi, Puneet Srivastav, Rajesh Sahi, Ramesh Bhai, Sanjay Rawal, Saroj Khan, Santosh Kumar, Saurabh Sharma, Tanmay Kishore. A lot of people have already registered. Vidur Maheshwari. And okay, Mr. Iyer, thank you so much. My team will coordinate with you. Saurabh already registered. Thank you so much. Those who have registered, really appreciate and thank you so much. And I am looking forward to meet you.